Hello everyone, and welcome to another Divecast. This one's kinda special. We actually have a goddamn guest outside of the dive staff itself. Introduce yourself, you bastard.
I don't know who any of these people are. They put a bag over my head and put me in the van and said, if you don't talk about mecha and anime, we know where your parents live. And my name is Corn Kid. I came here of my own free will. No need to call anybody. I am a final...
For legal reasons, he did sign a waiver, and... Reactor threw him in here.
It's true. I had to sign away both of my kidneys. I only have one left now.
Which is weird that Reactor's not here. But,
sad.
Timing's and all.
Sad day. Anyway,
Guy is a busy man.
He truly is. I am a finalist in the Tournament of Two Souls OCT. I am hosting an OCT called the Excalibur Experiment that I'm sure Unstable Reactor has already told everybody about with him.
Oh yeah, no, we've gone over that a few times here.
Well, I'm just fact checking. No need to get squirrely.
No need to get squirrel.
You want to see squirrely? You want to see squirrely?
What else? I don't know.
I don't have a bag of acorns to throw at you. Damn it.
I don't know. I make, comics. I'm sure Unstable has mentioned the Glass Heart at least, once. He told me that he did.
He probably did, and I just completely forget. I will be 100% honest.
Well, that's cool. It's not even out yet anyway, so there's not much to talk about. But just a lot of others.
There's not much to talk about, and then I go look in the XX server and see the literal mountain of text and lore you put there for competitors to read over to have somewhat of an understanding of the current setting.
Look, I'm going to be completely honest with you. Most of that was just, off the top of my head. I had a basic outline of what I wanted to do, and I was like, let me put this together with chewing gum and scotch tape and see what happens. And I think everybody basically had the same exact thought of, wow, I really wish I had the attention span to read all this. Good job.
I'll admit, yeah, I haven't given it the full read yet. I've skimmed it very loosely.
Nah, it's cool. I don't. Everybody has their own OC stuff that they want to, retain. I don't expect them to read every single post I make, and I don't think anybody should expect anybody to read every single post they make, but
Yeah. It's also the thing of there's 4 months until it actually starts. There's a lot of time to sit down and read that mountain.
Alright, time to sit down and read everything. I'm bored.
I can't fucking believe you just came up with that shit on the fucking fly. God damn. I was gonna ask you shit about that too, since that's the thing you do.
You can go ahead. I'll answer any question you can to the best of my ability. Just because I came up with it off the top of my head doesn't mean I won't remember it when you ask me. Nervously pulls up the list on my Discord desktop. I didn't forget anything, I swear.
Of course you didn't. Of course you didn't put the bag back on him.
No, please.
Alright, let me just check a few things first. Alright. Firstly, no dive news. Not this week. And no questions from the community either.
That's a damn shame.
Yeah. But hey, if you got any, you can send them to, oh god, I'm blanking on the email that I'm looking at right now.
69andchipmunks@yahoo.com.
And that'll get forwarded to outlawdive@gmail.com.
Send questions.
But yeah, no. You got anything that you could throw at us for the podcast. Any fucking questions, or maybe just some bullshit. I don't fucking know. Just outlawdive@gmail.com. In the subject though, you should probably put that it's for the podcast in some way, cause God, there's a lot of shit in here.
We don't.
And cause it's like well, it's a joint business email, so I'm not sure what I should clean through.
Yeah, don't send us your disgusting boner pills. We don't want them. Just questions.
Need some large red pills.
Clay, we don't need to know about your secret purchases, man.
No.
Just yeah, don't mind Clay. He fucking woke up. What was it, like half hour ago or something like that? You have not been up for very fucking stuttering. God,
haven't been up for very long. Also, yes, if people ask, yes, like I had to. What is it? Yeah, I wasn't on last time because Hurricane Ida fucked my basement up.
Yeah, God, just still hearing about what that did to you.
I know. It's like
fucking
the
insane.
full. Let's see. Well, we had a lot of water damage. Our heater and our laundry machines got fucked, so we couldn't use them. We had to get them replaced. Yeah.
Oh,
God.
God.
Yeah. So it meant like no hot water for like a week, and we also had to go to the laundromat. So that was like fun.
No, laundromat's not the worst thing.
Oh, you
can at least
you should
still
see my dad. He
wash
was
stuff.
talking a whole bunch of stuff. These people would yap everything. It was like so freaking annoying. I told him it's like see, this is why me and my bro, we have headphones so we don't have to hear them chat like that.
Yeah, headphones are nice. I generally have headphones on
He was like that.
just about all the time. Granted, I don't like silence, because then I'm left alone with my thoughts, and sometimes that's not a good thing for me.
And then you have to deal with people like the Backwards Man, who's creepypasta man I met in New Jersey. He's real.
You're friends with the New Jersey
I'm sorry,
Mothman?
what?
No, first of all, that'd be the New Jersey Devil. Let's get that clear, okay?
Yeah,
Mothman.
No, the Mothman, I believe, is
Yeah.
West Virginian.
So don't. Okay, that actually gets me mad because that's our homeboy. You don't fuck with our homeboy and misinterpret that, okay? The Jersey Devil come to your house and be like, you'd be like, West Virginia, I'm the devil, gonna kick your ass. That's how he is.
Whatever, they're all like gray blobs with like big scary creepy
You're a
pasta
gray
eyes
blob.
anyway. I wish.
Oh man, if Rust was here,
Oh, I'm sure he'd give me a piece of his mind.
Everybody would be on top.
honestly, I have no idea. I only say that just because UIR is mostly fucking cryptids.
I am aware. I just think it's funny. I like to poke buttons. I mean, no disrespect. I just think it's a little funny. We do a little trolling.
We do a minuscule amount of japery in these parts.
Yeah,
yes.
well, I mean, you guys have like the Mothman and whatever. Well, we have Wendigos and Skinwalkers, so that's obvious. And now I'm the one stuttering. That's obviously the better cryptid.
Why would you say something
Maybe?
that's complete and utter bullshit?
I mean, they're certainly a lot more effective in fucking killing people. I'll give you
Well,
that.
what's the point of a cryptid if not to kill people? What, are they supposed to like hang around the hot dog stand and like chat about the fucking raiders? Like, what? They're supposed to kill people.
It's about the Mets, baby.
Are
It's
they?
about the Mets.
I thought they were just local legends.
Well, what are local legends if not to scare people? And how do you scare people? Tell them they're gonna die. Cryptids. Man, myth, legend.
Matt Ledge.
As you can tell, I'm very knowledgeable in this subject. Not at all ignorant.
Ah, yes, 100%, said the editor of the webcomic about cryptids, who also doesn't know too much about cryptids. I really should research more so I could help that fucker out with some of his shit, but goddamn, that man can just fucking go off sometimes.
You should, as his editor, you should tell him to add a character in UIR named Tanner.
No.
Yes.
I will explicitly have him kill off any Tanner that could feasibly appear now.
Nah. That's what someone who wants to add Tanner to UIR would say.
I fucking... God, alright, well...
I left you speechless, I see. That's the power of Tanner.
That's one way to put it.
If I may explain really quick, because I assume... Okay.
Please go ahead, because in my lurking of the XX server, I'm just sitting there like, what the fuck is this Tanner meme?
So I am the progenitor of the Tanner meme. The Tanner meme. It was already a meme before I brought it up. The progenitor, not genital. Get your mind out of the gutter.
The Genesis, the creator, the one where it all started from.
Genitals, deep down these nuts, you know?
Essentially, my friend, my best friend, really hates the name Tanner because it's a very white, very generic name that just doesn't sound really good. And his thought process is, imagine carrying a baby in your womb for 9 months, going through excruciating labor, and then holding this beautiful human life in your arms after it's all over and going, yeah, I'll name him Tanner. And it's... Look, if your name is Tanner and you're listening to this, I mean you no personal disrespect. Have some self-reflection and it's okay to laugh at the name Tanner. Either way, I now have to shoehorn the name Tanner into everything, and
if your name is Kevin, though, I'm so sorry for you.
If your name is what is it? If your name is Ron, I don't like you automatically. I'm sorry. I just don't like Ron now because people I met that are named Ron, yeah, they really fucked me up. So I'm like, I'm sorry.
Oh, this is turning into more of
a negative hatred over specific male names we don't like. Tanner, Ron, Kevin.
It's like that George Carlin bit where he's like talking about like Tucker.
TKR. Sounds like a fucking band. Welcome to TKR, where we fucking hate you.
Anyway, moral of the story: put a character named Tanner in your story and put him through hell. I don't care what you do, just do it.
Or don't.
Or don't.
Always an option.
Or do.
Just don't.
There's literally nothing.
Torture.
There's absolutely nothing forcing you to do it. But I'll be real sad. You don't want me to cry, do you?
But they won't be able to.
I was gonna say too with Tanner. Tanner is like that zombie character survivor that dies the first time. It's just like every time.
I knew like 3 Tanners in
Exactly. I knew a Tanner. I worked under a Tanner. He was my general manager when I worked at a sandwich shop, and he was like the nicest, most charismatic man I've ever met. And he went to school to get an English degree. And what did he do? He became a fucking general manager at Jimmy John's. It's like, wow. All right. Glad to see you're putting that knowledge to good use. Keep cutting that bread. You're doing wonders for the world, Tanner. Not that there's anything wrong with a profession of chopping bread. I'm just saying you compare the two, his name and the things he could have done, and you go, maybe there's a connection there.
Well, if you're comparing his name to what he could have done, then that man should be taking the skins of dead animals and turning them into leather goods.
It's like, Tanner, aren't you gonna feed the hogs today?
God, you have no idea how apt that is for me, because I fucking grew up in the middle of rural nowhere, Maryland. So it was like mostly country kids out here.
If we're talking about at least like if we went a little bit different path of the names that, at least cultural names that we grew up with, that's like, oh, there's this guy and then this guy. It's like me, it's all just like Italian name. Very rarely I meet like maybe an Irish dude, a Scottish dude that has like, that kind of name. They're from that family from my region of Jersey. But yeah, most of the time it's just like Italian dudes everywhere.
That's one spicy meatball.
Yeah. They got some great Italian places in my side of town, though.
I would hope so.
Because I'd be like, because considering New Jersey stinks like shit, and like we basically look like an industrial power plant, but if it was disguised as a state, we better at least have some good fucking food here.
Your national export is Snooki.
Oh, God.
I will say she's a national embarrassment to our state, but at the same time, we are a national embarrassment. Though I will say, if there ever was a zombie apocalypse, we'd be the last state standing. I guarantee you that.
What? Why?
Because, let's see. I was watching the Dawn of the Dead remake, and they had this like special where the news guy was talking about the zombie apocalypse, and then like the infection spread over and over. Guess what the last state killed it over? Just guess.
Was it
New Jersey? So fuck you guys. We New Jersey forever. Like go eat some zombie dick. We still surviving. Like, you can just imagine like fucking Jersey Shore laughing at everybody drinking the beers and doing the situation while everyone's dying.
The situation was patient zero.
The situation. The situation was a carrier.
No, the situation was the one human being who was immune to the effects of the virus, so they used his blood to create a cure, but by that time it was too late.
And then by that time everyone's cured, they're just basically all from New Jersey now. We got the tan skin.
The new world will be built off the foundation of the situation.
Yeah. And New Jersey will just basically be the United States at that point. It's like that South Park episode, except like now the United States is New Jersey.
South Park is the only reason I know about any of that shit.
True.
I don't know how... It completely slipped my radar when it was a thing, and I only knew it existed because of South Park.
Yeah, that one was like... It was funny, because I actually wanted to try to watch that episode. The one where it's like New Jersey tries to expand and basically attack the other states, and what was it? And I just completely forgot about it.
Oh, I had no idea that was a
thing. New Jersey was trying to expand to the other states, basically some kind of takeover, and then it was like the only one I remember was like they showed a clip of it on MTV, and then it was like obviously there was Vinny, and then the situation, basically the whole Jersey Shore cast. All they had was Jersey Shore, though. I was like, there's plenty of other funny shit you could do in New Jersey, though. It's not just like Italian people. There's plenty of other funny stuff you could do in New Jersey.
Oh, when South Park used to be good.
Yeah.
And depending on how you feel about it, it could still be. Granted, it's been a long time since I've seen it, so I got no hill to die on there.
It's just the fact they keep making every season like a serialized storyline rather than their own individual little funny adventures.
Oh, right, they're doing that now.
They've been doing that for years.
God, I remember when they tried starting doing multi-episode story arcs at first, and I was like, oh man, this is really neat. I like this. And now that's just the norm.
You look at the first episode, and it's Cartman getting an anal probe from some gray aliens, and it just fucks his whole day up at school.
God.
Yeah, and it's all wacky and crazy. And then the newest episode, the newest special, is just they get the coronavirus vaccines and bring them to the school.
Yeah,
really creative.
Yeah, the last 2 episodes I watched was basically the one where Cartman gets AIDS, and then the other one was Make Love Not Warcraft. That one I just kept marathoning for years because it left such a huge impact. It made me a World of Warcraft fan for a while till Miss of Pandaria, and then after that I kind of got sick of Blizzard shit. World of Warcraft.
So many people dropped off.
That was about the only exposure I had to WoW too. Grant, that's just a good episode.
This is a good episode overall. It's and it's too because there's plenty of gross up factors, but it's just I guess too funny for me to not really be super gross out. I mean, granted, yeah, we did see Cartman shit himself in a what was that, a toilet seat?
The little thing they use
in the hospitals. Yeah, I keep forgetting what those are called.
I don't remember either, but
I think it was literally just a pie tray. I don't think it was anything special.
Yeah.
Maybe? I don't know. South Park be weird.
It made me. I wanted to try to get my brother and then some online friends to World of Warcraft, and then we just basically try to reenact Cartman and his friends trying to stop the high level player in World of Warcraft. But then it was oh shit, we can't actually. First of all, back then you couldn't be a human hunter. That was, you had to wait till a cataclysm. That was freaking. We had to wait a couple more years, and after that we lost interest in the game. The Sword of a Thousand Truths, though, that was a legit weapon you could get in the game. It was it was a Wrath of the Lich King item. But yeah, people ask me though, it's when did WoW peak for you? And that's definitely Wrath of the Lich King. That was the shit, because everyone was waiting for Arthas to return, and then it was oh shit, here he is.
Yeah, that's what I hear from a lot of people who play WoW.
Huh.
And then I had a friend in high school who loved World of Warcraft. He subsisted on strawberry Pop-Tarts and Dr. Pepper and 4 hours of sleep every night because he would just be on WoW constantly.
Yeah, me. It's my WoW.
That man sounds like a mess. Oh no, I said just. That fucking man sounds like a mess. That's all I had.
No, he was actually pretty based. He was the most fun person to hang out with until Miss of Pandaria came out, and he was like, "Fuck this," because he hated the pandas so much. He just stopped playing.
I was kind of that too. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the monk class. The monk class was fucking awesome. But at the same time, I'm I don't really want to play these Kung Fu Panda stuff. I like Kung Fu Panda though. But it's a completely different experience with Miss of Pandaria.
Yeah, no, I get you. So, right, didn't get to do this last week because it was just me and Reactor. I kind of went into it with Clay, but so how was your last, I don't know, 2 weeks? This is generally a bit we do around here.
What's my last what?
How was existence for you for the last few weeks?
Hell. I was on a boat once. That was pretty cool. But other than that, I'm
on a boat, motherfucker.
I was sending that quote. I was like, I'm on a boat, bitch, to every group chat in every server I was in.
I'm
And
on
people-
a boat.
God,
People just thought I was shit posting, and they were like, "You're being fucking annoying. Stop!" And then I'd send a picture of me on the boat, and they'd go, "Oh shit, cool." I'm gonna be like,
It's
"Yeah."
like, oh shit, you're on a literal boat. It's like, yeah.
People think some people.
Yeah, why else would I bring out this shit post? Fools.
I wasn't trying to be annoying. I was trying to be topical, as what was happening to me is what I was talking
Topical
about.
and tropical.
No, it was in Arizona and in a shitty little lake.
Ew.
It was not very tropical. It smelled like ass. But you know what? It was pretty nice. The beds were comfy.
Well, that's good at least.
Yeah. Though there were not complicated, it's not really complicated, but just kind of gross, don't want to go into it, health problems that I had whilst on said boat and a little bit after that just kind of ruined my day. It was really, really bad. And now it's better, but it still hasn't gone away.
Yeah, that's fair. Not wanting to get into that shit. Don't need to get into everything here. This is just it's just more fucking podcast. At least like for today, we're just kind of stream of conscious shit post vibing.
My
you
big
know?
toe was leaking green slime. Okay, I'll just go out and say it. All right.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh.
You got. No, I'm not gonna say mold. I know what you got though, but I understand.
Oh no, I was kidding. That wasn't what happened. I was just being funny.
Because I got something like that while I was on a boat. They had to
oh
amputate
shit!
my toe.
Oh shit! Is this
what?
the theory of synchronicity? Are there ties to two seemingly unconnected things?
Yeah, it goes to secrecy of I was just kidding, you motherfuckers.
Dang, that would have been a cool story
Oh,
to
that
tell.
happens all the time. That happens all the fucking time.
It's got.
Because I have to keep telling my girlfriend that. Because people keep comparing other shit to her comic. And she gets bitter about it. I'm like, no, stop it.
What?
Fucking.
I'm sorry. I'm unfamiliar with some
Someone
bits.
Oh no, this isn't a bit. This is just like a thing. Yeah, no, small issue of people comparing her comic to things that came out around the same time, or just kind of other shit. It's a thing.
I mean, bro, I had to deal with the same thing. Like, one of my friends was like, hey, are you sure this isn't, like, just Devil May Cry ripoff and this guy ain't, like, V? And I'm like, dude, like, I don't care what you say, I'm keeping this character. Like, you call...
Is this for Clayman?
This is for, Sins with, Pride. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, yeah, he's got a cane sword and he's got like darkness constructs, whatever, and yes, simultaneously he's got like a bird, a beast, and a giant golem dude, but still, it's not like I ripped him off completely off of V. You know?
Yeah, no, I can understand that. Like, there are just sometimes when, like, oh yeah, no, sure, two things can be incredibly similar. Does that mean the one guy knew about the other thing when he made his own? No. He could just come up with that on his own.
Yeah,
Because sometimes the idea itself is not too complicated for other people to get that idea.
He's right.
He's wrong.
Let this lesson sink into you, children. It will help you.
Okay, sinking in over.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I was gonna say real quick on the tangent of being unoriginal. I whenever someone asks me what my thing is, my friend No10's gonna listen to this and say, "Alm, you fucking idiot." But I'll say it anyway. Whenever I tell somebody, they're like, what the hell is the glass heart? And I'm like, just imagine Scott Pilgrim, but you can actually tell which character is which. And, like, they actually have personalities. But I hate having my art style compared to Scott Pilgrim because I don't think they're that similar.
I don't really see it that much.
I didn't get that vibe at all when I was looking at
Thank you for
maybe like with the face and the eyes, but that's it. Like everything else is like I don't see it.
Thank you for clarifying.
I don't see it at all either.
I appreciate it.
Though, since you brought up the Scott Pilgrim comparisons, I now have to ask: is the main character like Scott? Is he a huge dick?
I thought it was a she.
Pilgrim. No, M is not the main character, though she is one of the main characters. Everyone's like, what? Your main character isn't Big Ice Boob Girl? And I'm like, no. Pay attention. Get your mind out of the gutter.
Oh, damn.
To finish off the...
But the ice titties, though.
To finish off the tangent real quick, so I don't like my art being compared to Scott Pilgrim. One day at work, my coworker was like, oh, you draw? Let me see. And I showed him, and he's like, oh, dude, this reminds me of Scott Pilgrim. And I'm like, motherfucker. I wanted to commit workplace violence.
That reminds me of a thing. That just reminds me of like a small thing I've had. Fucking when I was working on like a fucking mecha comic a while ago, that is now very much on the back burner. I would show off the designs in this fucking old art community server. It's fucking dead now. That server's fucking dead.
Every server's been kind of fucking dead. But anyways,
it still exists. It's dead though. But yeah. Every time I would throw the mechs in there. Every time this one person would just go, "Oh, that looks cute," and eventually, I'm sure this turned into a bit. But the first one, when it looks like a skull, fucking, I still don't get it. It looks like a fucking skull, goddammit. And it's got fucking jagged shit teeth and motherfucker, why?
Dr. Wily.
Why? I wouldn't say Wily. I mean, I could fucking show you the design later and you could fucking retract that statement, you motherfucker. But,
I'm just saying, Dr. Wily really likes skulls.
He do like skulls, yeah. You're not wrong there. That reminds me, I should go play more Mega Man.
Or don't.
And then I look at my PS2, which has like the Mega Man fucking 1 through 7 and fucking X collection and one disc. Oh god.
That's like the worst collection to own. I had that on GameCube and it's actually cancer.
Oh wait, what?
Because jump is B and shoot is A.
Okay, that might be on because it's GameCube. On PlayStation 2, no, it's pretty. It might just be that GameCube controllers are fucking weird.
They're like the best controllers. What are you talking about?
No,
yes, they are. Maybe the only other controller is like the DualShock 4, but even then, it's like that's debatable. The GameCube controller is so like ergonomic. It fits so nicely in your big, sweaty, meaty melee playing hands. It's great.
Oh, melee playing. I see how it is now.
Like, the only reason
this all makes sense.
The only reason you defend the GameCube controller is if you're a Smash player.
But I don't actually play melee at all. I just really like the controller. You can choose to believe me or not.
I mean, I got
big
ass hands, so actually back then when I was a kid, I had to I didn't have to modify the controller, but I liked playing with the Xbox controller, and that's like kind of a shitty controller. I'm not gonna lie, but it was great for my meat hands.
That original Xbox controller was just like a fucking
beast.
Hulk thing.
All right, well,
I am.
Oh, sorry, you go.
I'm so glad they have the new thing, and I just plug it into my PC and play whatever fucking games I have on it. I've been playing a lot of Hades recently. God damn, I love that fucking game.
Is it good? I've been meaning to get into it.
Oh yeah, it's great. It's definitely one of the
Dude,
best indie games out there. Definitely.
Yeah, that is easily like the best roguelike I have ever
It definitely.
played.
It's like if people, I would say it like this. If people don't usually like roguelikes, they'll definitely like Hades because I feel like it's more lenient on how the death system works. Because literally, I think like when you die.
Yes. No,
Yeah,
here's the thing.
also.
Before I got into Hades, roguelikes needed to really
Innovate?
like have
Yeah,
some
like
other
innovate?
thing for me to hook into to play. Hades? Nah, I'm in. I'm fucking in.
Because like I said, it's like Hades kind of innovated, you know?
Fair.
Yeah, it also helps that there's so much dialogue with that game that 9 times out of 10, you're gonna be hearing something different every time you talk to someone else. During, like, the beginning part of the game, there will always be something new that they have to say to you. Always. And that's just one little extra thing that helped keep me going with it of whenever I go back to the hub world, it's not always the same. There is progress, even if it's just I've talked to Achilles again, but now he has something more to say to me.
Hades, he is stored in the balls.
God, that if Achilles was not your teacher in Hades, I could see that.
Well, I mean...
Now,
No, you go.
Now, Achilles' boyfriend, on the other hand, I could still very much see doing that because he continuously it's like in like the realm of Hades. There's one of the like mythical rivers and shit that when you drink from it, you lose your memory. This motherfucker's been sipping.
Wish I could sip
like
from that river.
like Achilles too has been drinking that shit.
No, not Achilles, but his boyfriend Patroclus has. Yeah. Oh yeah, I guess that's like minor spoilers for Hades. It's not like a huge thing though. There's no like storyline around that. It's just like an offhand thing that he'll tell you in your many visits when you see him.
Well...
And yeah, another thing with Hades is fucking like there's a multitude of weapons you get to fuck around with, and you can then further make them like you get different forms of the weapons that act slightly differently from each one. So among the 6 weapons, you're always gonna find, like, one out of them that you're really gonna vibe with.
That's very epic. I will spend money on this game now.
Yeah, I think it's also pretty cheap too, so it's not like, you'll definitely get your bang for your buck when you play it.
Oh yeah, roguelites are usually like that. I'm a big Binding of Isaac guy, and it's like, even after buying all the expansions, I'm still like, you know what?
Yeah.
Considering how many hours I've poured into this game, how many hundreds of hours, I really don't think that this price point is very fair. On the developer side, I mean, like, there's just so much stuff. There's so much you can get out of it. It's crazy.
I think Hades is, like, one of the more expensive roguelikes there is, but it's also... Like, you can tell there's a lot more to that game than some of the others. Like, there's just so much more. It's goddamn insane.
That just means that there's
Oh,
not
I
a
love
lot
that game.
There's not a lot in the game. He's lying to you. Anyway...
You've never played it, so shut up.
You're right, I have no idea what I'm talking about.
I mean, yeah. At the very least, you could, like, talk to a bunch of the people around the house, and you can date Medusa, so that's a thing.
You can also fight this one dude in a gay minotaur. That's pretty cool.
Incredible.
Yep, and before anyone says, yes, that happens in Hades, yes.
Is that the
and
same?
you also get to kill, well, not exactly kill, I guess kill your dad and your dog out of context Hades.
My
No, you don't.
Or at least beat the shit out of him. I don't know.
holy shit, he's here.
You don't fight the dog. You don't fight the dog. There is no dog fighting. You have to deal with the dog, but the way you do that is you get him a snack, and then he fucks off.
Guys, I just want to say really quick, for those listening.
Oh,
to
Reactor's
this
in.
episode
Finally.
I want to say for those listening to this divecast, unstable reactor. He didn't want the world to know this, but too late. I'm saying it right now. Yeah, he's scared of skeleton archers. He won't admit it, but that's his biggest fear. So post skeleton archers in the chat.
How could you do this to me, you traitorous wench?
I wonder if Skeletor 2
moved.
kind of gives some.
And now for
gives some the willies.
and now for the real answer, crabs.
Oh, I know what the real answer was.
don't
I was
like
just trying to be
them.
funny.
Yeah, but I'm sorry. So, I'm from Maryland, and a big thing here in Maryland is crabs.
I love crabs.
So, yeah, no, I just having a friend who is horribly afraid of them, I can't help but find funny to some degree, because it's a regular thing here in the summers is to just take 12 crabs, tear them apart, and eat them.
Well, I'm sure Unstable is down to clown with the idea of mutilating them and then consuming them.
I don't think he's down.
Well, not
for the
him
consuming
doing, not
part.
him doing it, but I mean, like, just it happening.
Oh, alright.
The concept of their deaths brings me great joy, but participating in it hands-on is not my
Whoa,
style.
what's that in
you
the
see.
background? What do I hear in the?
Oh, yeah,
I heard
that's...
something in the background with Reactor. So can you mute that a little bit? Thank you.
It's the
That was odd.
it's the nuclear fission.
Oh yeah, I
stick.
can hear it. Yeah, he's about to start that nuclear fallout. Can't wait to play Fallout in my own.
God damn it, someone get him coolant!
What in
Yeah,
the
my
goddamn?
audio's not even on unless I'm talking, so I don't know what the noise would be.
That's really fucky. I hope that doesn't show up, like, in the audio itself on, like, Audacity.
That'd be real stanky.
It's literally no noise unless my voice is talking on the wavelengths here, so I don't know what that would be.
I blame the stars screaming your voice.
Just like Russ's robot voice that time in the dive cat.
Yeah, that was fucking weird.
That was weird,
still.
but that was actually like.
We still have no idea why that was the thing.
It's kind of weird because like.
Looks like the podcast just couldn't handle
like
the Neutron style.
It was like a weird glitch, but then everyone got all sad when his robot voice disappeared, and I was like, "Hey, we have no idea what happened, so we don't."
Oh yeah, no, because I went back to listen to it, and it sounded really fucking cool.
Yeah, and it's like Russ still has no idea what happened. Doesn't know what the features, all that other stuff. Like it's just some weird paradox glitch or something.
Yeah, it just fucking happened. That's all we got for it. Anyway, so good you could show up Reactor even if it's late. It's fine.
Yeah.
We know you're quite the busy man and all.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm back to working 5 to 6 part-time jobs. If people ever tell you that boomers don't ruin people's careers emerging in the industry, you can tell them that they are wrong.
The fuck off. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's really any arguments against that.
I'm just saying.
Or if there are, then
If we're playing the Twitter game where I make up a guy and then I get mad about them, except I'm making up a guy in support of the actual guy that I'm mad at.
ah yes, the double straw man.
That's like 6
Well,
levels of irony.
it's just a real man, but I've put a straw man in front of him.
You've just taken the real man and dressed him up as the Scarecrow.
I'm sure that's the plot of like some Batman issue somewhere.
Probably. Or some other random horror movie. I don't know. Scarecrows can be creepy. Horror movies use them, right?
On the note of Batman, real quick, I just reread the Blood Brothers arc from Batman a while ago, which is fucking lit if you haven't seen it. Like, I shouldn't say it's good, because I wouldn't call it good, but Bane thinks Batman's dad fucked his mom, and that's how he came into being.
Honestly,
and Batman's like, but why would my dad cuck my mom? And Bane is like, Batman, I was born from your father, molded by him. Now let me live in your house and let's go on adventures.
But there's nothing to me but brotherly bonding.
You know, I would be down to see Bane and Batman team up and just do shit.
That's basically all this is.
That sounds pretty neat.
The funniest part is that the ending of the entire arc is literally a Maury Povich episode where Batman gets a blood test done on Bane, and he goes, Bane, you are not my brother!
No!
Why didn't they just do that at the beginning?
Can we still...
Because if they don't think. That's how comics work.
Even though Batman and Bane are supposed to be, like, some of the two smartest people within, like,
Batman
the
is
Batman thing
from
itself.
what DC says, Batman is this.
And before you say, no, Riddler doesn't count, that motherfucker just makes puzzles all day for other people to solve, like a pretentious twat.
I was gonna say, Batman is supposed to be, the second smartest man in the DC universe? Man, making it clear, not human smartness, not like alien kind of smart, if you know what I mean. Like, this guy's supposed to be, like, a little bit dumber than Lex Luthor, yet he couldn't do that shit. Like, let me just do a blood test.
That's why it comes down to how the writers use the character sometimes.
That's why...
I would love if the arc that directly followed it was Bane showing up at Lex Luthor's tower and being like, Lex, it turns out your father, Mr. Luthor, had sex with my mom. We're half-brothers.
Luthor's like, fuck that. Fuck that. I'm going with the test right now. I got the machine in my office.
He just keeps repeating the same scheme with every character in the DC
shit
universe.
Bane uses then.
I still think it's funny that, like, Christopher Nolan started that whole shit and then they brought that back in Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Oh.
Superman! I'm your brother!
Oh my god. That actually, I could be wrong, actually. I think they almost actually... Oh my god, speaking of, remember when we all thought that, like, at least in the Joker one, we all thought Arthur was Bruce's older brother? Like, before they revealed that he wasn't, it was just, like, a lie from his mom. But that was still pretty, like, I was laughing my ass off at that, thinking that, oh my god, the Joker is Batman's older brother, like...
Well, that's what I like about the Joker, is that with how inconsistent his origins are, he absolutely could be, for all we know, with that timeline, up until they reveal he isn't, right? Like, that's part of why
sense.
I think
it does
were
make
like,
sense,
what?
yeah. It's like...
I do want to say, I think one of my favorite Jokers is the one from the fucking Telltale game. 'Cause he's your bro!
Yeah, they took a very interesting approach with him. When I did it, I usually tried to do the all good hero choices. It's like, that one was like, it's like, yeah, even if you do everything right, yeah, he still turns into a bad guy. It doesn't matter. It sucks, but it's Joker.
To be fair, when you found him, it was in Arkham Asylum,
yeah,
so... Yeah.
Sorry,
man,
what's your favorite Batman?
Man, no, the one thing that, like, I was like a holy shit though moment with, like, the Telltale Batman is that, like, okay, we know Batman got scars, all the other stuff, but damn, man, like, Lady Arkham cut a chunk out of Bruce's fucking ear, like, holy crap. And then, like, I think if you go for that choice, whatever, yeah, he still has the missing chunk of his ear. It's like fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure though IRL he could easily get that. He could easily get I guess a flesh graft or something. He could get something sewed back in. Depends,
You can get cosmetic surgery for that. My grandmother lost a piece of her ear and she got that cosmetically buffed out. Like when somebody runs into your car, puts a big dent in the trunk, and you take it to the shop and they buff it out. Same sort of thing.
Did it seem like was it like samey, or was it actually kind of noticeable? It was like, oh, it's different from before she got into the accident with her ear.
I mean, it's always going to be noticeable, right? Like, you don't look at people who get recovery surgeries after 4th degree burns and be like, oh wow, it's just like before. Like, there's always, unless it's something where it's like, yeah, we did a tattoo removal on that small plus shape you got tattooed on your wrist in college because you were high.
Oh my god, yeah, that reminds me, like, my mom, like, lost one of her teeth in an accident, and she had to go, get dentistry to get it, replaced. And I think, like, something happened, she kept, like, messing around with it too much, and now she had to go back again because her tooth fell out, like, the fake tooth. Yeah.
Oh.
Again, and that reminds me too. Again, like I was watching like the new Jackass trailer. Apparently, and I had no idea about this.
Wait,
Jackass. Basically, Jackass 4, Jackass Forever. I think it's called. But yeah, what was it? I was gonna say that Steve-O apparently.
Yeah.
One of his teeth is missing, and he wears like these fake dentures on his normal teeth. So it's like, holy crap. I mean, like, it's not like he's wearing full.
God, that man has gone through some shit. He's done a lot of wacky.
It's
shit
not that.
over his
It's
life.
not that he.
Damn.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's not. Oh yeah. Oh god. Yeah. Like he. Let's see. Yeah, he lost. Holy crap. Yeah, his teeth were kind of like, oh boy. His teeth were like kind of, I think it was like mainly because of drugs. His teeth got all very small, thin, and pointy, almost like what freaking Golem's teeth. That's the best I can describe. And then he had to like, I think he just went through like teeth surgery and then like a lot of denture replacements. Like it sucks, but that's what happens when like, you use and abuse drugs.
You might even say it makes you look like a jackass.
That was terrible. Please leave.
God fucking damn it, Reactor. Okay.
You might even say 3 Latvian men behind the wheel of a cement mixer saved a child from being beat to death by a street gang.
Alright, what fucking left field did you come out of with that one?
You might even say elections are sometimes gerrymandered by politicians to increase their chances of...
Alright, yeah, there's the reactor I know. So, Reactor, how have you been?
Oh, I've been pretty good for the most part. If by pretty good you mean really busy and getting a bunch of certification for different jobs and stuff. So I've officially got my liquor service licenses now, so I can work as a person in different venues that require an ongoing drink service for events or for venues that permanently have an open bar or something, which is something that I had before, but I had expired. So I got that back again. I'm working on some other licenses for stuff. Honestly, been seriously considering maybe in the background going for my captaincy license for freshwater, like boats for like corporate pleasure craft on the lakes here and stuff. On the lake system here in the region I live, which is actually decent money if you can make it, because not a lot of people have that licensing. So once you get a job on a service vessel, technically you're kind of set for life. But I'm just debating whether I want to do that right now and pay the upfront costs for it, or wait to see exactly how much of that industry recovers post pandemic. Because, YouTube doesn't like the full word.
Oh, right. I forgot they're fucking babies. Sad time with... Well, it's always fucking sad with YouTube and the state of it. It just keeps getting worse.
So, Alex, I didn't get a chance to ask you a second ago there. Alm, what's your favorite Batman movie?
That's a good question. Not The Dark Knight, huh?
You don't like the Joker going, "My father"?
My father's PlayStation Network account was this. He had several platinum trophies.
Yeah, my dad would not stop talking shit about that Joker in it's like my dad would not stop talking shit about that Heath Ledger's Joker.
I mean, say what you will. It's a fucking...
Yeah, he's like, it's like he's, I think my dad said, like, it's like he's got peanut butter stuck down to the bottom of his throat, all the way to his tongue. He's just trying to lick it all out somehow.
It's an iconic performance now.
Yeah, kind of sucks that he had to say that, like, what was it, the day before Ledger died. I was like, that's... But he didn't know, so it wasn't his fault.
I mean, yeah, no one can really...
Expectate death or know what's gonna happen.
He didn't
Unless
post
you, like,
it
hire a
he didn't
hitman to
post
make it look
Heath
like an
Ledger's
accident,
Reddit
but
account,
that's-
and Heath Ledger was just like, that's the last straw.
God, I would,
No,
yeah,
it's
no,
not
if I was, like, an actor, like, doing my thing, I'd be like, I'm not gonna, like, let Reddit or Kiwi Farms or fucking 4chan be like, yeah, this is gonna affect me. I'm gonna, like, actually let them... Hell, not even Twitter, too. Fuck Twitter. They ain't gonna fuck me up, you know?
To be completely honest, like, I think at the point you reach with some celebrities, right? Like, with Tom Cruise's Capital. Like, if Tom Cruise wanted to, he could just have the Scientology death squads kill every Kiwi Farms member, and that would end any bad-mouthing of him on the site, but I don't think he cares that
like,
much.
The closest we got to...
Yeah.
The closest we got to that was, like, fucking, what was it? Shia LaBeouf, and look at him, he's fucking nuts now. Because he let those 4chaners get, like, to him, and, yeah, it's like, what else can I say? He's fucking nuts now because of them.
But Clay, you don't understand. He will not divide us.
Oh my god.
God, I forgot that was a thing he did. Oh, wow.
Oh my god, that's not you guys, so fucking stupid. Like, I'm just going for my YouTube, right? And it's like, oh, okay, so TF2 did get an update, but then it's like, oh, Counter-Strike Global Offensive gets a bigger update. I'm like, oh yeah, just way to go, guys. Way to go, Valve.
I never answered the question.
Yes, you didn't.
It's probably the Lego Batman movie.
Oh, that was...
Fuck you,
I
fuck
actually
you
went there with
haters.
my...
It's a good movie.
God,
I went there with my...
I still haven't
It
seen
is a
that.
good movie.
but I've
It
seen
is
the
a good
Lego
movie. It's actually like, I didn't think like, like, you know, I know it was for, obviously for kids, but like, the way that, with Batman and Joker's interaction was really, really cool. The only thing, I guess, that kind of like irked me a bit, and, how can I explain? It's like, I watched like, the Batman Killing Joke movie, I think, before Lego Batman. So seeing like I don't want to try to spoil if I can. Seeing like this version of Barbara Gordon being like, you know, the same age as Bruce, and actually being like what was Gordon's position again? He was
The commissioner?
yeah, commissioner. So seeing her being commissioner, I was like, and again, Bruce hitting on her, I'm like, I just don't see it, man. I just can't see it. Like, yes, I know, even in, like, the DC animated one, yes, they did date, and yes, they did do the nasty, but still, I just don't see it with with them. You know, it just doesn't feel right to me, especially after killing Joker.
Yeah,
I'm
man,
like,
Batman should stay in his lane of cult leaders and news reporters.
And Catwoman, maybe Poison Ivy.
oh god, I'd be like,
There's a
no, you're saying that because like Russ is doing something with Batman and Poison Ivy.
slightly, yes. I am the man's editor, so yeah. Though currently that's just like an idea he had. There is nothing with that so
Yeah.
far.
The only thing that like is horrifying though, obviously, is that like we know that Batman is like, okay, like he's had the nasty, but he's never like had kids. But the way they introduced Damien was like, holy shit, did they really go that far to get Damien in? If you guys know what I mean, because I don't want to say it if I can here.
Yeah, I have no idea how he got that one.
Basically, well, Talia R-word Batman. Yeah.
Oh.
He drugged him and R-word him. So, yeah, it's like that really pissed him the fuck off, because, you know.
Well,
Yeah.
damn.
I can't believe she took him to the rodeo.
Yeah. Well,
Uh,
that'd be more Russ situation. Took him to the rodeo. It's like, I have a son now? Yeah, Ben Jr.
This is getting into rapidly uncomfortable territory.
Yeah. Yeah. So right, reactor, you Tori, how's running the XX going, huh? How's
It's
that?
hell. It's
Well,
hell.
I think
It's
you can
hell.
ask-
It's hell. It's hell. Sorry, go
You
ahead.
can ask Alm about it just as much as you can me. He's been planning it just about as long as I have.
And that's why I asked both of you at the same time.
And I answered.
Yeah.
I said it's hell. It's hell. I'm just kidding. No, it's.
Oh my god,
I mean,
it's like
there's-
speaking of hell, and you guys watch Lucifer, right?
No.
No.
It's like
No.
you know of it though, at least, right?
No.
it's like I know the title
it's a show
of the
that
show.
exists, and that is it.
Okay, so like, I was watching it, right? And guess what the ending to the series finale they decided to do?
Tony Stark came out at the end credit sequence and he said, "I am Iron Man."
No, they
God came down, snapped his fingers, and turned the world into My Little Pony.
Did a palette swapped version of Lucifer come out and said, "Ha ha ha! I'm Lucifer, and I'm even better than Lucifer." And then they got in a fight, and then Lucifer was like, "Look, I have the power of the executive producer. He's drawn me with a bunch of attractive women."
No, that's not it. Basically, the ending is Lucifer decides to pull a Hasbin Hotel move.
Disgusting.
Disgusting.
Huh.
So I made the joke saying
Alright.
Hasbin Hotel Lucifer be like the other Lucifers, like, you're doing the same thing my daughter's doing? It's like, yeah, I am. No, he's not making a hotel. He's just redeeming sinners and then trying to put them up to heaven. Which, I did make the opinion that was fucking stupid, and everyone agreed with me on Twitter about that. If you see me do that with my comic, no, someone said, it's like, if I see you do that, I will slap the shit out of you. And I'm like, I want you to. I'm not going to do that shit. I'm not that. Because when you go to hell, right, you're usually going to be punished. You're not just going to be redeemed. And then people say, like, oh, but what if I was in there falsely, whatever? Well, you should probably have put purgatory in your story then.
Falsely? What do you mean false? This is a divine system. There is no fucking it up. If you go there, you're meant to
Well,
be
that's like
there.
what they think in their story.
Someone slips St. Peter a 20 and says, "Hey, you see that guy there?
Yeah, he's going to hell.
I want him to go to
He's
hell."
going to hell. I was gonna say is
And then Saint Peter takes the 20 and sends the guy that bribed him to hell.
he goes to
it's what you get
he
for trying
goes
to bribe me.
He goes to God. It's like that thing with Family Guy with the Pope. He goes to God and he's like, smite them, and then like he smited. That's the end of that.
Anyway, back on the topic of EXEX. I mean, it hasn't started yet. Like you said way earlier. 4 months. 3.5.
Yeah.
We're still planning stuff. We still have a lot of art assets to make. And I'm kind of waiting.
But that's why we gave ourselves the buffer of time.
I'm also kind of waiting till this Tournament of Two Souls nonsense ends so I can focus on, well, it ends the day after Metroid Dread comes out, so focus on playing that first, and then after that, make assets for the EXEX.
I thought you were about to say, like, I'll play Metroid Dread before I do...
Priorities are straight there.
I'll play Metroid Dread first before I do my final submission. Because
Metroid
Dread... like, I want Metroid.
Metroid Dread looks really epic. Metroid shoots lots of missiles at the Birdman.
Run away from the spooky AI sentinels.
That game's gonna kick ass. And then maybe
I have seen none of the promo for that game. I just know, oh, they're finally making a new Metroid. Cool.
Meteoroid 5, Meteoroid goes home.
I will say, I'm a big Metroid fan. Maybe not in the way fans of like the classic 2D scroller ones are, because I was introduced to it around the Prime era, and like I own more copies of Metroid Prime for the GameCube than most rational human beings should, to the point that I have 3 unopened copies of it.
I've only played Prime 3 and Fusion. That's it. I haven't beaten either game.
Well, we're gonna have to put you down. Sorry, I don't make the rules. I just enforce them.
Did you get to the part in 3 where
Well, have
Gore
you
is like...
considered go fuck yourself instead?
Did you get to the part in 3 where Gore is like, I am not flying the gunship, I am the gunship, and then he turns into a transformer
I didn't
from
get
the Michael
that
Bay
far.
films?
I got to the point where the ice guy comes down, and I'm like, oh no, do I have to kill him? No, he's so cool. No!
Yeah, Rundis is a bro. It's sad that you have to murder him in cold blood.
And he's the first one to go, too.
Sad day.
I'm glad that no one acknowledged that shitty pun, but also I'm a little sad.
Listen, it's fine. You live in Canada.
Listen.
In the coming months, it's gonna get a lot colder. So, you have time to stew in your frozen hell for that one.
Yeah, Maple Leaf Haver.
Aren't you a fucking Maple Leaf too?
Am I? Are you asking?
It's like, yeah, he said.
Well, yeah, because I know Clay is.
Am I? No, I live in Arizona.
Confirmed earlier today that he.
Oh, yeah, I can actually not.
Situation adjacent.
Now I can see the accent. Yeah, that's definitely an Arizona accent if I ever heard one.
We don't have an accent. Our accent is. Hi, I'm rich and white. Yes, I would like to buy that mansion. No, I don't know where Frankie Muniz lives. Fuck off.
Now, what am I going to do about all this water I have to waste? Give it to California? No, I wouldn't do that.
They don't have a drought anymore. That was funny in like 2013.
Then why do they keep giving... You know what? Nah, I have no idea where I'm going to go with that one. I'm just going to stop now. Well, that out of the way.
So, the kind of an EXEX related thing. I'd just like to put it out there while we're on this podcast for artists right now. It is a tournament for web creators of webcomics and ongoing series. So I just want to say, Linkara, if you're out there, if you're listening, we welcome the Lightbringer in the EXEX tournament.
That reminds me, real quick. I hate to bring up Lucifer again, but I totally forgot that one of his titles is the Lightbringer. So I gotta be like, who is the better Lightbringer? Put in this death battle, Linkara versus Lucifer Morningstar.
Oh, Jesus.
Lucifer
fucking
Morningstar.
Linkara versus Satan
Well, the
himself.
devil,
Actually, more I
technically.
now that I say that, that actually sounds like something that would happen.
I'm gonna do that
in
as soon as
Linkara's
this
own
ends. I'm gonna
storyline
make that
bullshit.
tweet.
Death can't come soon enough.
Okay, no, you make the joke, but from the snippets I've seen of Linkara's, like, storyline things throughout his videos, that may very well have happened or could happen.
He's right.
But unironically, Linkara, if you ever want to reboot the Lightbringer, now is the time. Join us.
It can be made more than a meme. It can be a godly shitpost of a comic that's still good. We're willing to help you, man.
I'm not. I'm gonna give him a
think
0.
what's-
Wholesale. There is no bit now. 100% will help you.
I think what's unfortunate is the fact that, like, the notoriety of it comes more from the response to it being brought up than the actual content of the stuff. Because the only real difference between the community response of, like, a Tails gets trolled to the Lightbringer is just the creator response in that, like, Laserbot, the dude who created Tails gets trolled, was like, yeah, haha, I'm glad you guys are enjoying it.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing I always hate when like creators are just like they gotta stick up their ass and they think like, oh, they think the joke goes too far. Like, yes, it does go too far, but at least in Linkara's case, I'm like, dude, we're just making fun of your comic. Like, it's not like we're like, doing anything super harsh on it, whatever. And it was even funnier, of course, like because Oni from Oni Plays like made fun of him, and then he just got even more salty over that shit.
Well, what's interesting is that, like, I never saw the portrayal within the Oni Plays stuff as anything but, like, kind of shouting out something that they were nostalgic for, if you'll forgive the pun, Like, it feels like, in the same way as I think, like, I loved the Short Circuit movies growing up, but as, like, an adult, I have to acknowledge that there's a lot about them that's kind of ridiculous, including but not limited to 2 whole films where they were like, what's the funniest thing we can think of? A white man pretending to be an Indian man. Is that funny? Do we have something?
Oh, Jesus.
And, like, I'm
Alright.
still nostalgic for those films. Like, there's stuff I like about them, not the least of which is, like, the mechanical design and bits of some of the stuff in the films, like, as little elements. But in terms of, like, the overall thing, yeah, they're corny as fuck, and they're a product of a very weird time, and at some point you just gotta say, yeah, this thing is corny and fucking weird, but I enjoy it, and that's okay. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a person who's made a career out of unironically enjoying Michael Bay's filmography, so here we
So
are.
they put the tweet in for like Linkara versus Lucifer, like for the death battle, and someone said Lucifer, at least he's not a humorless hypocrite.
Oh, jeez.
Aw.
Like, I don't want to drag Linkara too hard, because, like,
Yeah,
unironically, I think it'd
no.
be cool to work with atop the fourth wall Linkara, and then,
It would be really cool.
and then we'd get the discourse. We'd get Linkara responding to other creators in the community. We'd get Linkara responding to things. Would be like, "Hey, Linkara, what do you think of my comic? It's pretty cool.
Pretty
I
cool.
guess."
Yeah. The Lightbringer.
God damn it, Clay. Swear to God, if we somehow get that man in here,
I don't
and
care.
you're
I
just
will make.
constantly going
I
off
will
on the
make
Lightbringer.
fun out. I will make fun of him for so goddamn long. You can't stop.
That's
me.
not a glowing endorsement for him to come on the show, guys.
Yeah, that's not at all. That is in fact a good reason for him to run the fuck away from us.
If he did, because he's too weak.
And we're what, like the Hulk Hogan's of the comics industry?
Yeah.
We're just gonna walk in, flexing our rippling,
Yes.
60 BMI muscles at him.
And just gonna stand there going like, lightbringer. And he just fucking runs away. And motherfucker, the man's been getting this joke for years.
And he'll
Fucking
get more of it
years.
to come.
You are not helping yourself, Clay. God damn it.
Honestly, I'd love for a round of EX to open with like the big holographic screen comes out. The crowd is hushed, and all you hear is, "What's happening for him?" Ray William Johnson here.
Hello, everybody.
Oh
Markiplier.
god damn it. That was okay.
Now it's just like every YouTuber is coming in like, hello, everybody. Markiplier here. I'll be like, top of the mind.
Just fucking god damn it. Alright.
I even got my own one. Here we go. Shit, I forgot it.
Incredible.
Wonderful, Clay. Goddamn wonderful. So, Reactor, to what you were saying earlier about the fucking silly nostalgia bullshit, I just remembered there's totally a thing that I've watched that is exactly that for me now. It's Digimon. Just like the first 2 seasons of Digimon and then the 4th one. They're just so fucking silly and dumb at the same time. But the minute War Greymon comes out, oh, it's fucking on!
I actually was never really a huge Digimon watcher, so like it's kind of one of those things where I'm like, I know a bit about it from having friends that watched it and like friends who are still really into it, but like my experience with it is a lot of Guardromon and Guardromon and
I feel like you might actually really enjoy it, just given like the wealth of bullshit that we both similarly enjoy. I feel like you might actually be able to get into it.
I like the one that's the excavator. That's the one that people showed me where they were like, you would like this. And I was like, yeah, I like Breakdramon. That's funny. I like the excavator Durgan.
Yeah. And then in season 2, there's like a bugged one covered in drills.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, and for the longest time I was like, wait, he's a bug? I'm like, I don't see it personally. And then, and then my bro I think was watching with me. He's like, no, bro, he's kind of like a beetle. And I'm like, oh, okay, so that's the type of bug he is. Because for the longest time I kept saying like he was an armadillo. I was like, he's not a bug. It's like, bro, he is a bug.
I mean, yeah, when he's like in rookie rank, he is an armadillo. But when he armor digivolves, fucking yes, people, I am that into Digimon. I can fucking.
There even there was a Digimon called
Armadillo.
There was a Digimon called Beetlemon, but that was different. That was Frontier and more like people. They did.
I can't believe that motherfucker was actually just Beetlemon. Now that I think about it,
Beetle. That's it.
Like, cause that was supposed to be like, for that season, one of the like Digimon god figures. And what is he? He's Beetlemon. What does he do? Brings down the wrath of Thor and Zeus.
I feel bad because like when you say it like that, it's like, man, that at least the character and then technically his Digimon, it's like, man, he's technically not one of the most powerful Digimon out there.
Yeah, he's not, but he looks like he would be.
Especially when he goes to the Beast Mode evolution, that was cool.
Oh, if he just turns into a fucking tank. It's so goddamn stupid. Hey, how do we make Beetlemon like What do we do for Beetlemon's beast form? Tank. They just turned it into gun tank. I goddamn love it.
Yeah. It's like,
Oh, Digimon's so fucking dumb. It's goddamn amazing.
and I remember, like, people, my friends, like, from school, when Frontier came out, they dogged on this thing so much, and I'm like, I can kind of understand, because it's like, it's very much different, because first of all, it's like, they turn into the Digimon. They don't have them as their...
I always thought that was really
I thought,
cool.
yeah, to me,
When
I
little,
thought
when
it was
watching
like...
Frontiers, like, oh yeah, they turn into the Digimon. Like, you're actually the guy throwing out, like, the fire shurikens or doing the big thunder
like in,
punch instead of having, like, Agumon or Gigumon do, like, a fucking pepper
Yeah, like
breath.
hell, like in, don't forget in Data Squad, we had at least 3 other characters that could do that too. I know, 4 characters, technically.
I'll be honest, I did not get very far into Data Squad. I tried to watch it. I just could not get into it.
What was it? I watched the whole thing, but it was pretty, like, again, it was pretty funny that, at least in this case, Marcus, the way he had to, like, evolve his Digimon was to literally punch other Digimon to gather data. Like, that was, like, fucking...
Oh, his name was Marcus! God, for the last, like, few years, I thought it was Damon this whole time.
Yeah, that was his last name. Marcus Damon. Yeah, so you kinda got it right.
I was half right! Okay.
Yeah, but that was still pretty funny. And yeah, like, it's funny enough, like, you'd think, like, after a time he can't, like, punch anymore, because then it's just fist would break. Like, nah, he could punch, Mega Level Digimon and all that other stuff. You know, the kind that could possibly fuck up our planet. Yeah, he could just do that, like, no issue.
Alright, that just gave me the fucking dumb idea. You put Marcus as Little Mac in Punch-Out, and all the other guys are just Digimon, and by the last circuit, it's like Omnimon, and the fucking other, like, Knights of the Round Digimon. Oh, it's... Digimon's so fucking stupid,
But it works.
but I goddamn love it. It's so fucking... God... Digimon's great. Go watch it. There's enough seasons out there. You'll probably find something you can enjoy as long as you don't mind the Saturday morning cartoon humor of the early bits. And because I remember watching oh, that's right, they are doing like a reboot of the first season.
Yeah, they're doing they did like they're, like you said, doing a reboot of the first season. They also still have that thing going with Cross Wars. They also they actually did like have a crossover with all the other characters. That was pretty cool. From parts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Right, shit, you were talking about XX for a minute. Was there anything else that, you, Alm, and Reactor had anything to add on to, the XX talk as, yeah.
Well, I'll let you go first, just because I've got something I want to add, but I want to make sure I'm not cutting you off here.
Nah, you go ahead. It's cool.
I was going to say, one of the things that's been cool moving forward as we've been working more on this is that essentially what we're doing is laying the groundwork and the structure. So we've been revealing the structure of how rounds will go and the way they'll be conducted from a competition standpoint. So there's no major surprises for people in terms of like, oh crap, this is what I need to include. But in terms of the story and the narrative and the overarching way that things will tie together and some of the sort of surprises and stuff that'll be added in moving forward, we're still keeping those under wraps so that people still have something to be looking forward to and be surprised by and
have stuff that will be enjoyable, like plot twists and additions to the story, as opposed to like, oh man, there is an additional challenge for me that I didn't know I had to complete, and now I am using a medium that's not optimum for this. And I think that seems like a pretty easy way to mitigate some of the issues I've seen with people feeling blindsided by stuff, just to not blindside people.
Yeah, no, I'll 100%. As far as that's concerned, like the HMT, we kind of got. We wanted to plan things out more. We did not get time to do that for some reasons. Being when we announced that we're working on it, people just kind of exploded into hype, and then me and Russ just panicked, going like, "Oh, shit!" Like, it exploded a bit more than we expected it would. As in, people were now advertising it on Twitter, and we were like, "Oh God!"
Yeah, you gotta be
Oh
careful.
no, we don't have anything ready.
With that. Yeah, because I went for that too when I was going for like my Indiegogo. I mean, I was prepped, but yeah, it exploded when like as soon as I announced this. You gotta be careful with that.
Mm-hmm. That's why I always think that the benefit of giving yourself time to prep for anything is really optimal.
Yeah, you have to be
like,
Batman.
I've been spending this month and part of the next month getting through my backlog of commissions, getting work done on my own personal projects that I've got going, and then also working on XX. So I think that one of the things that's important is just like, it's not impossible to do a lot of projects and to have a lot of things going on. In fact, I'd say that with appropriate time management, stuff becomes relatively easy, and you can give yourself the benefit of, even when things are last minute, if you've given yourself enough experience and enough time to lay the groundwork and plan for what needs to be done, it'll be hectic in actually finishing and realizing something and bringing it into a complete state. But it's not as if the groundwork and the planning isn't there to do it. So I think that one of the most important things really is just careful planning and consideration. I think my biggest priority moving forward is really making sure that with my collaborators and the other people on the project, like Alm, who's spent a lot of time working with me on it already, I want to make sure that they feel like their work's being represented properly in the project, that they have a creative hand in it, and that, you know, it's why I'm asking him if he wants to be the one to say stuff here about it too, because he's got just as much creative authority over it as I do, and that's kind of something that's been a bit of a misconception thus far. Is, oh yeah, it's Unstable's thing, when like it's not completely my thing, and I don't really want it to be either, because if that's how people perceive it, it gets really easy for it to turn into an ego trip, and I don't really roll that way.
Yeah, that.
Like, I want to be in it, and I want my stuff to be in it. But I also picked a bunch of people who are my friends and I think are really cool to work on it with me. Because I want people to know about their stuff and to see the stuff that I think is cool about their work too. And the two are not mutually exclusive. I can be excited to share what I want to do and be excited about sharing what other people are making too. And in fact, I think there's a lot of synergy between those two thoughts.
Yep.
Well, on, we got anything then, or?
What's really funny is that a lot of people saw the thing, the logo, and by a lot I mean one person, but I still thought it was funny. They looked at the logo and they were like,
the one person.
Yeah, it was.
The one person.
It was me.
You. It was.
It was me. I outed myself. It's me.
Yeah.
I'm the dum-dum. I looked at the logo and I was like, the sword is stuck in the planet and the different layers are the different rounds. When in reality, it's more like a giant plane.
The sword is stuck up my ass.
Damn. I'm being bullied. Guys, help.
Bully him back.
You're fat and no one loves you. That was mean. I'm sorry.
I'm actually 5'9", 230 pounds. So thanks, man. I needed that confidence boost of knowing that I'm fat. So thanks.
Look at My Little Pony Power Rangers have an ass. God damn.
Okay, first of all, thanks again for making fun that I'm making Pony Warriors like that. So thanks a lot, man.
Always here to help. I don't know enough about Clayman, otherwise I would have said something about that one.
Fuck, you would have been fucking the Max having Deku costume ripoff smiling motherfucker.
Because the most I could say about him right now is...
Nothing, because you a chump.
I don't know, you might be like Clayface or Sandman.
Who the fuck puts it with Sandman?
I don't know, I haven't read
That's stupid. Okay, but anyways.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know. I haven't read Clayman.
It's free. It's free on Tapas and Webtoons. And also I'm getting out a second one with my boy Nicholas for Demon Hunter Raven.
Yeah, it might be free. Doesn't mean I've read it.
Yeah, because...
You know how many webcomics are out there?
I know, but it's like, dude, it's a fucking one-shot. It's like, oh, hold on. It's like a, less than 20 pages altogether. It wouldn't take that long to read it.
Alright, that's fair. I didn't know that. I didn't know what form it was in.
It's a webcomic. I'm like, no. It's just like, basically it's only like less than 20 pages altogether. Granted, they're not on the same, site. You have to read the Demon Hunter Raven one on, Webtoons.
I think somewhere in here is actually kind of an interesting point to be made about, like, that a way to market your stuff can be, like, including the amount of pages or, like, the projected
yeah,
time.
right?
Because,
like, that'll help out a lot.
The Guardian and some other, like, news article sites that have been, you know, around forever, like, since the age of the printing press and newspapers, do this thing now where, like, on their articles they'll list, like, oh yeah, 2-minute read, 5-minute read, 40-second read. And I think that's really interesting because I find myself actually more interested in reading the articles with that context there. Because, like, sometimes there's articles that I would totally be interested in. Like, I'm a total Titanic conspiracy theory nut. Like, I've got a bunch of different conspiracy theories about what happened to the Titanic. And, like, there's articles I see all the time because, you know, now that the internet knows and has my data that I'm, you know, a weird eclectic dude who wants to know what happened to this seafaring boat. Was it insurance fraud? I think so.
Was it the crabs? Maybe.
Yeah, I'm just saying, we don't have any evidence that Krabs didn't tell Hitler to do what he did. It's a possibility.
There were a lot of people on that boat. It's a lot of gold. Those crabs might have wanted some of it.
God damn.
Well, that's the thing, is like, who's to say that the iceberg wasn't just filled with frozen crabs, and, like, collectively, they willed their way through evil, bad spirit power. Their malicious, crustaceous, decapodal spirit drew the iceberg into the path of the ship.
That's
and that
no
was the
iceberg,
undoing
that's a
of those souls
crabberg.
aboard that boat that night.
I'm just gonna, like, steal that plot point for Dimensional Warriors that they stopped the Titanic because of crabs. and I always, like, again, I don't mean to, like, move the ship around in terms of what we're talking about, but, like, right? I loved, like, when my editor and I were making all these ideas, because, like, no, my editor, Drew, actually loved the idea of me doing dimensions, right? We don't have to do the time travel bullshit, but we do these kind of dimensional time bubbles where time is, like, kind of, not stuck, but it's in a certain time period. It's, like, and, like, we could do as many as we want, so it wouldn't have to worry about, like, oh, the time period and all that, but, and then I kept putting in these ideas about, like, oh, they're in the 1800s, but something wacky and stupid can still happen, you know? It's an endless possibility. You know? A lot of crazy fucking shit you could do with that.
It's like Game of Thrones Season 7. You could just be walking through the woods minding your own business when all of a sudden Ed Sheeran makes a profitable cameo.
Or it's like, you could be doing that scene where with the dire wolves, I can't remember what her name is, Aya, or what's her name again?
Arya?
Yeah, and then she sees her dire wolf, and then just dimensional words come in and snap that dire wolf's fucking neck. You're like, you didn't see nothing. Like that, they leave. That's.
Oh. Okay. Well, oh. Shit.
Yeah, we've been at it for about an hour and 30 minutes right now.
Yeah, no, we have. It's also just, I just noticed,
What's that?
My computer's yelling at me about storage
Really?
space,
Oh.
and then I look at, yeah, no, apparently I don't have much left. What the,
Yeah.
where did it all go?
Well,
What
yeah,
the fuck?
Make sure, like, empty your your computer recycling, because sometimes that happens, you forget, and then, like...
Alright, yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Yeah, because
That's fair.
I only had about, what was it, when I was using my mom's computer, I only had about, no, when I had my first computer, I only had about 5 gigs left. It's because I never emptied my recycling bin. So it took like an hour to delete everything, because that was like months and months of me just not deleting anything.
Oh, God, alright, well. So, with that then, you guys got anything else, you want to go over? Or something? Because I'll admit, I got fucking nothing right now.
I would
Mr.
chime in with
Chaos?
more, but I also hopped in later, and I don't want to keep you guys here any longer than you want to be.
I was just gonna, like, what was it? I don't really got anything to do this week.
I mean, I'd be
Or,
fine going another, like, half hour or something, but I'll admit I'm concerned now that my computer's yelling at me, and with Audacity it says, disk space remaining for audio, less than an hour, and I still have to edit this shit together, so...
Yeah, I would maybe end off there just to be safe, just in case, you know? Like, it'd be...
Yeah, that's fair. Well, with that note of me going into editorial hell now, thanks for coming in, everyone. We may be dragging Alm on here more often. I don't know, depends if Reactor can fucking continue to trick him with the bag over the head.
I don't need to do shit. Alm's his own person.
Quiet.
Thanks for having me.
Yes.
Also, final thing, editor, which is Delta, editor, put up some Europe Final Countdown MIDI, put up a picture of a really buff man with the PNG of Alm's face over it, and make this next thing that I say, like give it like a reverb filter, so it's like an opera room filter. I have 3 days to live. Boom.
You can instead go fuck yourself. I will do none of this.
I was gonna say, you get that song. What is that song that oh yeah, Can You Feel My Heart? Yeah, do that one, then get the chat picture. Then you got that.
Oh, God. Well, thanks for showing up, everyone. See you next time.
Bye.
Goodbye. Don't touch downed power lines. Stay away from people who want to destroy Latvia, because Latvia is a cool country.
Drink dishwasher detergent.
Yeah, it's an excellent source of potassium.